Yes, brother Beno.
Hey, brother, how you doing, my brother?
What's going on, bro? Thank you so much for yesterday. Yes, yeah, no.
Oh, no,
How you
it's
did?
not good, bros. I did. Sorry, I wanted to join you since, but I was in class. My class just finished right now,
Oh,
so
okay.
I said make
You
I
weren't paying attention in class, are you?
once I'm in class and the class is over an hour and a half, my
You
interest is
zone
already
out. It's time to read. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you.
yes.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say one thing about this review. You did a very good job, my brother.
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed the program. And Sister Natu came late. I believe you said we have two sisters. One is Latu, one is Natu. I think I
Yes.
mixed them up.
You mixed them up. There's Latu and there's Natu.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, because I was wondering. I went to Sister Natu's Instagram page and I saw Natu. I'm like, but the other time on Brola show they say it's Latu now. How come? So
No, to be Nanatu they come here the most, but Latu stopped by for I think she watches mostly replays. But Natu is the
okay.
one Natu is the one that's always here, who is here right now.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Yep.
Well done, my sister Natu and Chiye. Oh man, I don't
Chiye
laugh
my
tire for
G.
your comment section. She was distracting me with her comment. Anyway, I just wanted to say that
Uh-huh.
we have we have a huge problem in Nigeria with all these half-baked people claiming expert on topics that they actually are not supposed to have any business discussing at all.
Uh-huh.
I don't know this Doyin. I think I only get to know somebody is called Doyin as a result of BBN Nigeria, which
Now
I
BB and Niger, I don't know her too, because
watch.
I don't watch that program. So yeah.
So, but after your show yesterday, I went back and watched the Honey Bunch, and I don't even know you were going to do a show on it today.
Right.
And when I listened all through, the first thing that caught my attention was Nedu. The way Nedu was so quiet.
It's like,
I'm like, Nedu is looking at this guy like, you this small engine, see what did come out of your mouth?
I know, right?
Oh my God. So, but then with all the things she was
She kept
saying,
saying sit on my face. If you can't sit on my face, face sitting like what's wrong with this guy? All this face sitting. Have you ever did you just discover sitting on face? What is wrong with this girl?
brother, you actually nailed it. I think she watched too much porn. That's a problem.
That's
She's seen
it.
a lot of adult movie and it's messing with her brain. That's my conclusion about all those sit on my face. What the crap is that, you know? And and she don't even have the experience, let's be honest. As you saw in my comment, I think bulk of the things she's saying is based on how many men she has probably slept with.
And there is a difference, and that's a good. And I think Toby and Tribe made that point earlier. That's a good point to separate. You know.
Yeah, I think she was just coming up from the men she's been with and what she probably read on the internet. And you know, these days, many of these Nigerian relationship experts or experts in whatever, they get most of their information from TikTok.
TikTok me. TikTok
So-
advisors.
I actually don't agree with.
Even we self they collect when we say that because they're the same platforms we did.
Yes, so.
But we have to be here now, you know. But yeah, it's TikTok advisors, so that's where they're getting a lot of the advice.
Yeah.
It's either that they do read books too, a lot of those things, but books that you don't practice, right?
Yeah,
You won't know the real deal.
I just disagree with. She has a point, not that she doesn't have, but I think she was kind of generalizing a lot regarding some of her opinions. And this thing we're talking about now when it comes to intimacy, in my own old school mentality, I think it's more about knowing your partner
Yeah,
and how to get your partner there. That's just my thing.
that's it.
You know?
No, that's true. That's a fact.
My take has always been that look, when you are with your partner, explore each other.
Explore.
Experiment on multiple occasions, you know, especially we that we are here in abroad that we work a lot, you know. My thing is sometimes as men you work too much, you get home, you are so tired and that can go on in a stretch of maybe a week, you know,
Yeah.
overworking yourself and madam is there, madam needs you. So sometimes my thing is figure out to get this woman there as fast as you can.
Especially if you're a man over 40s.
Exactly.
For most men above 40s, that becomes another conversation that we should have, because women, when they are entering 40s, another level, and men is like, it's like the opposite direction, you know? Yeah.
So if you know how to get out there in less than 5 minutes, less than 10 minutes, even sometimes, once you master the trick, in short, if she they disturb you, by the time you get out there multiple times within 30 minutes, now she go say, hey, I'm okay, just go carry your, you know. So I think it's more of a mature topic than the way they were talking,
trivializing it, almost like they were trivializing it, they were watering it down. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, and I don't think they have that maturity. I think, to me, the only person who is actually matured on that panel is husband material. From how he's asking the questions and moderating the whole thing.
Yes, he was definitely trying his best to. He was trying to help her, but the girl no connect.
See, MOP, these young girls of nowadays, they believe that they sabi pass their papa. No matter what you say, they believe they know it all. They will argue, even when you say, "Oh, mom, they can miss it. This thing get us a bill." Like it's just like, I don't know if you used to go to Dr. Shola's page. Sometimes when Dr. Shola
once in a while, yes,
when he posts some stuff and you see the kind of comments that this young generation are living out there, you'll be wondering, where are these people getting all this idea from? You know,
from themselves. They're teaching each other from themselves now.
I don't know. Anyway, it's a very good show today, Mr. Ola. You paid me say I did for this class. I couldn't join you from.
I know. Oh, no, you appreciate it, bro. You appreciate it.
Hey, bro, they hit this thing. And that's a very good one. And Sister Natu, I'm so sorry for confusing you with Sister Latu, please.
Natu is good. Yeah.
Oh, brother.
But Ben, let's link up. You didn't text. Send me a text. I give you my number, right?
Brother, I didn't get your number that day where you say, okay, maybe you can put it.
Okay, I'll put it on the screen right now so you can please write it down really quickly and text me so that we can arrange, because I want to have you as a guest in December. You know, so we can arrange that.
Nice,
Yeah, because December we're pre-launching the book. All of December, number one red flag.
Yeah, I actually wanted to get a copy of the book.
Oh, okay. Are you the one calling right now?
Yes.
That's why I'm frozen.
It ends with 9960. It's me.
So that's the number right there. So just send a WhatsApp text so I can link you up. So definitely we can arrange that. You know, just like we were saying yesterday, I personally don't have a problem with sex toys, but it just depends on what's the purpose, right? It depends on just like porn, right? It's very it becomes dangerous when you start to say I don't have a problem, because people think straight to addiction, right?
Exactly.
And the truth is that everyone's threshold and what point they get addicted is different from people to people.
Exactly.
The reality is that normal human beings they watch porn. That's why they are all everywhere. That's the reality, right? Including pastors and them.
Yes,
so no matter how much anybody try to come and shame people for it, they are watching. Now the question is it addiction? There are people that will literally call off work because they are busy jerking off, watching porn.
Yeah.
There are people that will not touch their wife because they are numb. They don't need that.
That is the dangerous threshold.
Right? And there's enough of them. And no, we should not encourage people bringing it all these outer bodies to try to catch fulfillment. It's not going to work. Fulfillment comes from inside.
Exactly. I agree 100%.
So,
I agree 100%, my brother.
Yeah. But for me, I have a problem when people try to pretend like it's just the devil that's watching porn. That's a lie.
No.
That's a lie.
Almost everybody. Look, brother, you know, when I wanted to like really go deep into my podcasting before I decided that, okay, let me go back to school and then I'll do that later. I was researching so many topics. And this issue of porn is one of the things I researched deeply. And for two reasons. There was a time a guy here in my area in Austin here, he got into problem as a result of porn. And people were kind of like, how come, how this, how that? What happened was that he fell for his sting what they call this, is this sting or something, this thing police does that when they want to set trap for you. Yeah, sting operation. He fell for it. So I researched it, and within 1 month, I can't even put a number on the number of porn that I watched. Because I was trying, like, let me understand what exactly and how these people get there. So moving from side to side, checking the terms and conditions, looking at the because in this guy's particular case, he actually fell as a result of all these pop-up adverts that would say, be with a woman in your neighborhood, younger ladies, older, blah, blah, blah. So I was researching all that. And then by the time I was done, it took me about 3 weeks. I'm like, Lord Jesus. I don't see more than waiting my papa no one make I see you.
When you can end up in a rabbit hole and never come out of it.
Exactly. Because that was when I really look at it like, oh, now I get it. The people who watch this, like, it's become an habit. They can't, in fact, even when they're at work, they have to do it. So I get it. I see it then, and I'm like, okay, now we can discuss this topic, because I actually wanted to feature the guy on my podcast. Then later I told him that I don't want to do it again, that because we want it to go away. You know how this thing affect our people here. So I said, I don't want to do it. Let's cancel it. But because I was gonna talk to him about it and then have an expert join us, I don't want to look like a novice. So that's why I watched them, and in between that 3 weeks, I learned so much. So if anybody is saying, I don't watch, now lie, that they lie.
It's a lie. For the most part, it's a lie. When I was, my first encounter with it, I must have been, I think I was 10 years old. Yeah, maybe 9, 10 years old. And, you know, as in Nigeria now, I grew up in Akure. And, you know, we had uncles that lived with us. And we had uncles that lived with us. If you remember, in the 90s, in the early 90s, 80s into 90s, there's the VCR, there's the videotape, video cassette recorder, right? And I think at that time, we were probably on VCR, maybe 2 years in, maybe less than 2 years in, that my father bought the first one that we had, you know. So even at that thing will break. Even the one that my father bought first was a used one, so it breaks all the time. So I don't know. You know, all those closets that they put in the house that's inside the wall. But they produce that, right? There's on top of it, right?
You are taking me back memory lane, Mr. Ola.
on top of it, right? Now, my uncle played it on the VCR when the parents were not home, right? So you see a bunch of white people doing the do's, and like, like Jesus Christ, you know. And in terms of perky breast, that would be like seeing perky breasts at the age of 9, 10. I'm saying like perky breast, white people are like, it's not a human being, because as far as I'm concerned, breast is supposed to kind of like sleep on itself a little bit. In fact, I enjoy it when it's not too perky, right? I like the ones, you know. So that was my first encounter with that, right? And the thing, they're on top, so we didn't have access. Now, my same uncles, they also had the magazines under their bed. The magazines under their bed, and they have all these naked people in the magazine. You open the bed, like, this thing is in this house. You're like, wow. So,
Mr. Ra, you are from my generation, this man. All those Mr. Knacks in them.
Yes, them. Exactly. And you see all kind of images and stuff like that. Now, how I know that it wasn't really my thing is because it would take me another series of months before I go. If I open that bed, it's always there. Like, we have another one or something, you know. That's my first encounter with such things. But these days, our children have phones. Yeah. Right? They're just one website away.
Yes.
From all type of images. It's just a different era entirely.
Yes.
You know? So
and that is where doing is coming from.
that's where doing is coming from. Let's not get it twisted, though. Let's not get it twisted. Don't nobody go and be teaching themselves. Like, I've been, I have some sex parts, or whatever, they teach some friends, that teach some of this stuff in a more controlled environment. Sometimes when they go too far, like, relax. Can you talk about the mental aspect of this? Right? The biggest sex organ in our body is our brain.
Yes.
No matter, that's what the Oloshos are selling. They sell the experience. They sell the experience. They'll sell you a big old experience.
Yes.
Before you know it, you spend all your money. They will tell you, come and be going home.
Yes. And they are acting.
And they are acting. And they are professionals. And they are usually sick. They are on drugs. They are on all type of stuff too. So we can't normalize such things like it's normal. People have a life.
No.
Let's talk about how to help women, for the most part, get some orgasms.
Yes, exactly.
Let's teach men how to learn how to explore their woman's body to help them get there, so they can have truly good experience every time they do it.
In fact, my team, Mr. Ola, is this as far as these tools are concerned. It's not like it's a bad thing for a woman, matured woman at that matured age, who can't really get her desire anymore to say, okay, let me help myself, let my husband help me with it. It's not a bad thing. But my concern is what happened when you no longer derive pleasure even with the tools, because you will definitely get there. It's like Abraham Maslow theory right. of needs. At the initial stage, it's going to be all fun. Just a little touch, you are where you want to be. Then you go further, and then more and more. Then when you get to that crescendo, where you get to that peak, all these two no longer give you what you want.
What will happen at that point is that you will now find pleasure in a simple missionary all over again. That's what will happen.
God bless you.
Right? Because you've again, the idea when it comes to this thing and relationships in general, boredom is a real thing. Like, people are just bored. People are looking for excitement. They're looking to explore, right? And we have to be open to that, because at some point, Omar Sunwa, if they're still, like I said yesterday, if your spouse is still asking you, that means they want to have the experience with you. That means it's not even about the thing. The thing is just a placeholder in the conversation.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Like, sit on my face. Like, sit on your face, BT Bawo.
I don't get it.
After you sit on your face a few times, you will, okay, all right, sit on my face. Okay.
I don't get it at all.
So, for most normal people, they will appreciate the basics more, because you've allowed them. They will appreciate. They will enjoy it more with you. The basic missionary, they will appreciate it more with you. They're open to it, right? But they will shut down if you're not open-minded in general. Now, when I say open-minded, like husband material was saying, there are extremes. There's some things that as a human being you said, no, I don't want to do that. Like she was mentioning rubbing feces on people's body. I was like, why are we talking about that?
Madness.
Why is that? Why is that in this conversation? Rubbing feces on people's body, So it's tricky, but I think people are pushing the edge,
and that's becoming too much.
And you're right. There's a minority that might not come back from it, but majority will come back from it. They're exploring in their own way, and entertaining the conversation sometimes is all you need to do.
Yeah, why don't you just point your man to the right direction? This is what I call a matured conversation. In fact, I encourage men to ask. Women know themselves past you. It doesn't matter how long you've been. It doesn't matter how long you've been married to a woman. She understands her system. So sometimes you got to ask, babe, where am I doing it right? You talk during intimacy. You talk, babe. How far you they feeling like this? And there is no need. If the woman come and say I'm shy, then you have a problem.
Shy bitibawo. Okay.
Oh, babe. Okay. Go for that. Now you are learning.
Right. We talked earlier about the faster thing, which I agree with our husband material on. There is a nuance between listening to her and then listening to the rhythm and listening to the whole experience, right? There's a nuance there that needs to be understood, right? And if you are listening to the whole experience, it's equivalent to listening to her, right? It's not mutually exclusive. It doesn't mean you're not listening to her by paying attention to the overall experience, right? Yes. But some people are so uncomfortable with themselves, they're awkward, and all because somebody said go and listen, they miss out on the experience, and the girl is even smacking you like, you don't shit. And you are actually trying to listen to her, right? But the experience is now being tampered with, right? So it's very, very tricky. That's why I said, throw yourself, if you're married, throw yourself in the middle of it. Explore 1 inch of the body part at a time. 1 inch of the body part. If she says slow down, back off, you relax, you know, you know, all right, you can continue, right? Take your time, right?
I don't look, Mr. Lawrence, we're gonna see one day we'll go talk over maybe some bottle of Coke or coffee.
Like by the grace of God.
You see, for me, life is easy. That's why I'm always a proponent of get married to your friend. When you are married to your friend,
yes,
a lot of these conversations are easy to.
It's not even a conversation.
Well, lie. Well, you just.
Any conversation, Shani. Conversation is shiny. What happened to banter? What happened to yeah? What happened to just joking around a little bit? What happened to buy there? Conversation is pani.
I just don't get it. So that's why when I see people having all these intimacy issue and they were like, oh, my husband. Okay, Sha.
Just upstairs now, I was just telling my wife, just have a king by idea, Sha, because all walking in, we have a king back.
I don't know.
Just my bar anyway. Right? There's nothing wrong with conversations. I think people should they need to reconnect back with having an experience. That's why I said have some experience. Get out there, put yourself out there. Don't be all too stiff. Don't be too stiff. And I think a lot of the weight is not in talking, it's about good vibes. It's about good vibes.
Somebody said we sit here on face army super salary.
Face eaters go make people millionaire. Gracious greatness. That's one of our brothers. He's always cracking jokes in the chat.
Oh wow. I like person like that, man.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. This has been a wonderful time.
My brother.
Your time.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming up. It's always fun.
I love Mr. Ola with this topic today.
Yeah.
Face, do this one. Holla, baby. Kill me. Kilo day. At what age will baby kill you? And you just say it's easy.
If you go and catch a heart attack.
My brother, Laye Kojo.
Men who are 38, 37 are having high blood pressure, and you want them to come and be sitting on there. So attacking relax. No, honest, on all truth, I think we should talk more about this, but definitely more balanced, not extremes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, sir. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Talk soon.
Thank you so
Later,
much.
bye. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Beautiful girl, beautiful girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.